So recently, the U.S. men's national team lost 1-0 to Panama, with the Panama national team scoring late into the game and obviously celebrating with Thierry Henry, embarrassing the U.S. national team in Los Angeles. Now, I put out a TikTok with regard to this game, talking about how I, in a lot of respects, was just let down by the fact that the U.S. men's national team lost to Panama. And I saw many comments, and I've seen a lot of people online talking about how American fans need to lower our expectations of the U.S. men's national team. I think the idea that we should lower our expectations below expecting us to beat Panama is frankly one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Actually, I think it's a little embarrassing that we think we should lower our expectations to losing to Panama. And that's no disrespect to Panama or the country or anything like that. Let me explain. If you look at the players that are on the U.S. national team, many of them play in some very, very good sides in Europe. The likes of Pulisic, Weah, McKennie, all obviously, and even Yunus Musa as well, playing in Italy, doing decent. A lot of their sides are not the what AC Milan used to be in the past, but individually these players are doing fairly decent to a certain extent. And what I think many fans don't comprehend is the standard that these individuals play at a club level and then collectively come together with the national team is what most fans like me set our expectations on. Okay? These players play at a very high level in club football. So therefore, when they collectively come together to play for our country, we expect them to perform at a higher level. So when they play a team like Panama, who their individual players are not, as a collective, playing at the same level of club football as our players, I think we should expect that we would win that game. And we didn't. We lost 1-0. And I've seen a lot of people, the likes of Alexi Lalas, other people, essentially commenting on the fact that we need to lower the expectation of this team because they haven't won anything. We need to have realistic expectations, but just because our realistic expectations aren't being met doesn't mean we need to lower them. I expect us to beat Panama. Just because these players suck and don't perform good enough doesn't mean I'm going to lower the expectations. I'm not expecting the U.S. national team to beat the likes of the Netherlands, England, France, the top sides in the world. But when we're playing against a team I would expect us to beat, I think we should get a result. And they didn't. And these players, let me tell you something. I made a lot of videos criticizing the likes of Landon Donovan. How Landon Donovan views club football is completely different than how I view it and many others. Specifically, when Pulisic was leaving Chelsea and he said he should come to the MLS. I thought that was dumb. I think these players need to be in Europe playing at a high level of club football. But not for nothing, when I saw the likes of Landon Donovan and the guys from his era playing, they played with a lot more heart than these millionaire crybabies. And not all of these guys are millionaire crybabies, and I hope they prove me wrong. But it's a little embarrassing that many of these... I've heard people talking about how Christian Pulisic is already the greatest U.S. soccer player of all time. And a club level, yeah. But what he's achieved with the national team is nowhere near what these past guys have achieved. And not that they had any grand achievements. But when you went out and played against that U.S. team from 10, 15 years ago, they had a little chip on their shoulder. These guys don't have a chip on their shoulder unless they play Mexico. Unless they got to turn up for the occasion. I'm sick and tired of people saying we need to lower the expectations because they're not playing good enough. No, they need to get the results that they need. And frankly, I think it's embarrassing to lose against teams that I would think it would be a layup for us to beat them. No disrespect to Panama. They deserve to win. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so you know every time I make a new video. I'm on my way to 1,000 subscribers, so any and all support, I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you all so much. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.